Welcome to Daily Buzz News. The real story behind Witness D's death and the 3 cops killed and dumped in Hennips River. In the shadowy underbelly of South Africa's illegal mining syndicates, 2 chilling incidents in 2025 have ignited conspiracy theories, public outrage, and demands for justice. At the center, the assassination of Witness D, a key informant in the Madlanga Commission probing Zamazama, illegal mining, operations, and the mysterious deaths of 3 young SAPS constables whose bodies were recovered from the Hennips River in Centurion.
A short while after this, Chief Soup Julius Mkwanazi, JD Mkwanazi, arrived at the scene, and we were informed that this is the chief in a dark tracksuit of some sort.
At this time, apologies, Witness, at this time, did you know who Chief Superintendent Julius Mkwanazi was?
It was my first time seeing him that evening, and then it was obviously when Yaku indicated to us that this is Mkwanazi, Chief Soup Mkwanazi.
Did you know what unit or institution he's aligned to?
From the system, I understood that he was EMPD or Metro Police.
EMPD, you say?
Yeah, or Metro Police, from the rank structure.
Thank you. You may continue.
Thank you, Commissioners. So Yaku Hanekom and Biandre addressed him as chief, and the Metro members, including Yaku, Kershaw, Etienne was with me at that stage. So the Metro members, they all had a meeting with the soup away from myself and Etienne. Shortly afterwards, they returned to where we were. JD Mkwanazi said that we needed to throw the suspect's body into a mine shaft or dump it into a dam. As he said this, he looked at me. Viandre then in turn informed me that I must take the body and dump it. They will show me where and that I should relax. After this, Viandre and Kershaw Lee joined us. I asked whether a suspect talked, and Viandre responded that he will never ever talk again.
Official narratives clash with eyewitness accounts, CCTV footage, and whistleblower claims, painting a picture of targeted hits tied to Operation Vala Umgodi, a national crackdown on illicit gold mining. Here's the unfiltered breakdown, drawing from police briefings, commission testimonies, and social media sleuthing.
Mr. Abramji, hope you're well and trust you're well, sir. It is Vlam, or Marius van der Merwe. Sir, I've seen your post on the Zama that was allegedly buried alive in Benoni. I'm the person that was there. Obviously there's things that transpired beforehand and afterwards, and I would like to talk to you about it. I would like to get my story out in public in terms of the role players from state that's facilitating the illegal mining problem, the key stakeholders that's facilitating this. I've got all the intelligence on that.
We met with the investigation team earlier on the murder case of Marius van der Merwe. Ourselves, together with the IPID, has been investigating a murder case of Duduza, where an African male's body was found dumped in a dam in 2022. But this case, I must say, since 2022, this case has been with the IPID. They are the investigators of the case. We have confirmed to the family that we do believe that we have found one of the vehicles that were used during the shooting. Apparently there were 2 vehicles used, a sedan and a bakkie. So we found the bakkie vehicle. On the evening of the murder of the deceased, a video footage shows the white bakkie pulling up around here, and did some observations, but there was also a darkish hatchback vehicle that was seen on the scene, For now, we have found only one. We are still looking for the other vehicle. We also have 3 persons of interest that we believe can assist us in resolving this case. We've taken one in for questioning, and we are closing in on the suspects. We think we will be able to update the nation as we go along. But for now, we are only doing questioning for one of the people. We will get to the others, and that's how far we went in terms of people that we suspect are linked to the Marius van der Merwe case. We must also say that there was an attempted murder which we all aware of on Marius van der Merwe in September 2025, in which he indicated that there were 2 wild males that were following him with a bakkie. We are still looking for the murder weapon that was used for this current case now. Possible motives, we currently cannot indicate as to what is the motive. There are possibilities of every angle, so we do not want to, at this stage, speculate. We don't rule out what's happening at Madlanga, but also we don't say that might be solely the motive. There's quite a various other angles to the case that might be linked to the motive.
The Hennops River Horror, from missing cops to a river of secrets. On April 23, 2025, Constables Boapelo Seneji, 20, Chebek Hulu Linda, 24, and Kimagetswibais, 30, all from Free State, vanished while driving a white VW Polo from Bloemfontein to Limpopo for Operation Vala, Umgodi. They were last seen on CCTV at a petrol station near Johannesburg's Bukluk interchange, fueling up around 8 p.m. Their phones went dark shortly after, and a frantic 6-day manhunt gripped the nation, with prayers flooding social media. Divers pulled the first bodies from the swollen Hennops River on April 28th, near the N1 highway bridge at Braakfontein interchange. Seneji was identified by a distinctive pink watch. Linda and Beige followed, ejected from a wreckage. But the river wasn't done. 5 bodies total surfaced, including an unnamed Littleton police admin clerk driving a separate Renault Kangoo van, and a 5th decomposed corpse. The Polo's VIN-confirmed wreckage was hoisted from 70 kilometers downstream on May 1st, smashed through barriers as if launched off the bridge. Official line, National Police Commissioner Fanny Masemola insists it was a tragic accident. The Polo hydroplaned in heavy rain, vaulted the bridge, and was swept away by floodwaters. No foul play. Forensics are ongoing. Families held candlelit vigils along the banks, but grief turned to fury as rumors exploded.
Car has not been found as yet.
No, we are still investigating. We are still tracing.
Let's suppose that the accident happened on Thursday morning. Today is Tuesday. We have found the bodies, but we have not found the car. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, for us, yes, we can't exclude anything. It's a bit strange, but we are looking. We are investigating and looking for the vehicle. In fact, we found other 2 vehicles here downstream,
and that's where my next question comes. Isn't it strange that all of a sudden there's vehicles being found here? I mean, this area now seems to be accident prone. Now that vehicles are falling in and you are finding bodies in here. Isn't that strange?
Yes, we still have questions. You know, we have questions because at first this was reported as a hijacking or kidnapping. Then we were told, no, it was an accident. And the way the accident happened, we believe it was an accident. But what led to the accident? That's what we want to know. What led to the accident? Because knowing my son, he was very careful. I mean, he wouldn't drive from Bloemfontein to the scene if he was negligent, you know. And why was he driving on the far left? And then there were questions, or there was talk about the car capsizing before it landed into the river. What led to that? And if the car capsized, I mean, somebody must have seen it, you know. So we still have questions. But for now, we are allowing ourselves time to grieve and lay them to rest. And then we'll await the police to come to us and give us a full report. Then we still have questions, to the police as to exactly what happened, what led to the accident.
Do you have evidence that shows that they traveled late from Bloemfontein and they were driving very fast? It was raining. One cannot say at this point in time up until the people who reconstructed the scene of accident and the expert actually clearly explain in a form of a report and say this is what we see or what we think might have happened from the expert point of view. But what we know is that, remember, at some point mention was made of a particular bakkie that was following them, NP200. And the driver clearly, after we traced him, he says, no, these people were driving very fast. They drove past me. I also drove past them at some point. As they drove into the garage, they detoured into a garage. I followed so that I can see who's there. And I realized that, no, it is two ladies and a gentleman, so there was no harm. He drove and he left. So there is proof or evidence that they were driving fast and it was raining. And so far, there's nothing really sinister in losing control, because it happens on a daily basis. Not that we are downplaying what happened, but there is no, we don't suspect anything, any foul play so far.
You see, just to elaborate on this, it's been 5 months now since that fateful day. We've had a number of reports from social media platforms, from people with podcast accounts or whatever. Some of the things they are saying are far-fetched, but some of them hit home, and they make us have more questions. Now, we were expecting, because we were promised that this is going to be a high-priority case. It's going to be investigated in no time, and we'll be given the reports as to what led to the accident. Now, when you get reports or when you hear people commenting on podcasts and social media, and some of the things they are saying make sense, you start asking yourself questions. That Brigadier Mate has gone to the media to say the reports are ready. Our source says the reports are not ready. We were asking questions. Why is the car damaged on the right-hand side instead of the left-hand side? Now, they had to come with a story that, okay, fine, we have to create a story that the car skidded and it hit the barricades. Even, let's say the car hit barricades. If a car hits barricades and it travels about, say, 100 meters from where it hit the barricades, automatically it will stop. Now, we were at the scene. The barricades are about 300 meters, plus minus, from the river. If the car skids, hits the barricades, and stops, the next question would be, what then took the car from where it stopped into the river? Those are questions that we have. But now we're waiting for the report, and we want to go through the report and ask questions. And we're not asking these questions just, to appear on TV. We have questions, We want to know what happened to the kids. Our grandchildren want to know what happened to their uncle and brother. South Africa deserves to know the truth about what exactly happened on that fateful day. Because today, it's our kids. A year later, or 2 years later, it will be somebody else's kids. Now, if there is foul play, these people might think we got away scot-free, and then these things will continue. We want to know what happened to the kids so that we can find closure.
In terms of that, is we will always get an answer that we'll get back to you when everything is done. We'll get back to you when everything is done. So at the end of the day, as a family now, we get discouraged, because we know if we're going to call or try to get someone, we're going to get the same answer every single time. So we ended up just having to sit and wait until now. As we heard on the media, the report is out, but it's even funny that it's not communicated with the family. We hear it through the media.
The Real Story Whispers. Social media and tabloid reports allege murder. CCTV at the petrol station captured a suspicious silver Nissan NP200 bakkie with canopy, pulling up beside the Polo. A passenger allegedly exited, peered inside the officer's car, then sped off, moments before the polo vanished. The officers, per leaks, were probing Zama Zama tip-offs in Limpopo, crossing paths with syndicate enforcers. One ex-user claimed Zimbabwean nationals hijacked and dumped them to steal the car, echoing xenophobic undercurrents, but unverified. Popcre Union head Thulani Ngwenya called it a sad day for South Africa, hinting at deeper rot. Witness D. From dam dumper to dead whistleblower. Fast forward to December 2025. Witness D, a pseudonym for a former syndicate insider turned state witness, testified at the Madlanga Commission on illegal mining's tentacles into politics and policing. His bombshell: he helped murder a rival Zama Zama and dumped the body in a dam to cover it up, only confessing when cornered. He implicated high-ranking officials in sophisticated operations shielding miners, but critics slam him as no hero, just a complicit killer seeking immunity. On December 5th, Witness D was gunned down in a brazen hit near his Johannesburg home. The Justice Department revealed he twice rejected witness protection, citing family ties. Acting Commissioner Lieutenant General Mpumelelo Nalala DeLang dropped a bombshell. The same NP200 model was spotted fleeing D scene, mirroring the Hennips CCTV. Official line: robbery gone wrong, no links to testimony. But X erupted. Pattern alert. River dumps, NP200 shadows, Zama Zama's silencing threats. Leaks tie both cases to Vala Umgodi. The cops were en route to raid sites D had intel on. Politicians? Finger pointed at Gauteng and Limpopo brass for protecting syndicates. The connections: a web of gold, guns, and cover UPS the NP200 Ghost. Same vehicle type at both scenes. Refueling ruse at the garage. Getaway after D's hit. Coincidence or syndicate signature? Illegal mining nexus. Vala Umgodi targeted are $1.2 billion in illicit gold. D's testimony exposed cop complicity. Hennep's victims were in the way. Unanswered questions. Why 5 bodies, not 3? Was the polo tampered with? D's rejection of protection, fear, or payoff. Forensics drag on, fueling claims of a whitewash. This saga exposes SA's gold rush underbelly. Syndicates raking billions, killing cops and informants to protect turf. As ex-users demand, follow the NP200. It's the smoking gun. Justice? Only if the commission digs deeper than the Hennips. Thanks for watching.